It is the stupidest holiday of them all. Unless you're in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, then I actually do kind of like Valentine's Day. But when I'm not in a relationship, do you know what I call this? I call this Single Awareness Day. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine, and today I'm going to be talking with you about how to get through Valentine's Day alone as a single person. Okay, I have celebrated many a Valentine's Day with a boyfriend and many a Valentine's Day without one. It's a dumb holiday, but it can be very nice if you're in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, there are practical things you can do to make yourself feel better on Valentine's Day, on Single Awareness Day. My first recommendation for getting by single on Valentine's Day is cooking yourself a very nice meal. Don't go out. Please, please, please do not go out on Valentine's Day. All that's really available, at least in my area, is just super expensive, overpriced, prefixed menus, which is very nice. And if you're in a relationship and you want to spend that kind of money to eat on that one day, go for it. But it's just frustrating when you're single and you're like, oh, let's get all my single friends together and let's go out and let's go to a nice dinner. Okay, it's gonna be mad expensive and it's just not nice to see all those couples super happy and everything like that. What I like to do when I'm single on Valentine's Day is cook myself a nice homemade dinner, set the table for myself. Honestly, you can buy flowers for yourself. Buy them a few days in advance so it's not like you're seeing all the roses and the flowers and everything like that. I personally, my favorite type of flowers is sunflowers, so I buy sunflowers for myself. I set a nice little table setting. I pour a glass of wine and I cook my specialty dinner, which is the Monticello chicken. Shout out Rachel Ray. I'll link the recipe down below. That is my favorite thing to cook for myself when I want to feel nice and happy. If your roommate is also single, maybe cook the dinner for her as well or for him, whatever works for you guys. But it's kind of nice to be with someone else who is also single on Valentine's Day if possible. If you're like me and you feel like all of your friends are in relationships except you, okay, take this time by yourself and set the table. That's huge. Having a nice table setting is huge. So often I do meal prep and I just eat out of the Tupperware containers. There's nothing nice about that. It's not enjoyable. I just feel like it's another day eating out of Tupperware. When I set the table for myself, it just feels a million times better. Another thing to do is take a speaker and play music. I like to stay away from the romantic sounding songs, so absolutely no country on Valentine's Day, no country music, because like every country song is just romantic and it's annoying. So personally, I like to put on some Sinatra just because I love him. I love his music. It's not always super romantic-y. It sometimes is, but I don't know. I'm able to see past that with that. You can put on soundtracks from certain movies or musicals or stuff like that. That really works well too. And just have some background noise. That is big for me. Just to not have to sit in silence. Having some noise on in the background, I absolutely love during Valentine's Day when I'm alone. The next thing I like to do is turn on the TV and watch something that's not romantic. For example, the show Survivor. I love Survivor. It is my favorite reality TV show. Unless you watch the All-Star season, which was many years ago, there's absolutely no romance in that. If you're a Survivor fan, you know what the All-Star season was. But there's no romance in that show, so it's great because that's just something you can watch and enjoy, and that's perfect. Also, comedy specials. Watch your favorite stand-up comedian just make a bunch of jokes. That doesn't involve romance at all. Certain action movies that don't have romance in it are also great to watch. I love those movies. That's perfectly great. Watching a documentary, that's really good. Anything historical, that can be really great as well. So just watch something or a podcast, listen to a podcast. All that stuff is just great to mellow out your mind and just think it's just another day, right? It's just another day in the year. Big tip. This is my biggest tip. Stay off social media. Absolutely 100% stay off social media. I'm someone, this is so immature, but I'm someone when I constantly am getting bombarded by romantic pictures of my friends with their significant others or their spouses or with their babies or whatever, I get a little sad and a little jealous. And I know that's immature, but there's an easy fix for that in that I just don't go on social media for a few days. Stay off social media. If that's very difficult for you, that's fasting. Like you can fast from social media. Fasting doesn't have to necessarily always be food. So fast from social media from that day and offer it up for your future spouse. I think that's huge. We got to embrace fasting a little bit more, especially us who can. Another thing to keep in mind when you are cooking this dinner, I really think it's important that you eat whole foods. Don't eat fast food. Don't eat pizza. Yes, maybe getting pizza or fast food is a real big treat for you. And that's good. You want to treat yourself. But it tends, especially as I've gotten older, eating pizza and fast food does not make me feel good. It's starting to be like I'm eating garbage and now I feel like garbage. So really try and stay away from that fast food and everything like that, especially when maybe you're a little sad and depressed on Valentine's Day. Stay away from that junk food because that's not going to make you feel better. Same thing with alcohol for me personally. If I am very sad and I drink too much, I'm going to get even sadder. So stick to maybe one, maybe two glasses of wine if you are drinking that night. Keep it simple. Use your best judgment. You're an adult. You know what you're doing. Get a workout in. This is huge, especially if you're going through a breakup. You're going to have more time on your hands. Single people, we just have more time on our hands, right? We just do because we're not in a relationship. We're not dealing with that person's family, anything like that. Go and get a good workout in. You're gonna feel better. The gym's probably gonna be empty because theoretically everybody's gonna be out with their significant others. So the people at the gym are gonna be single. Maybe you'll meet someone that way. Wouldn't recommend it. Go do a spin class, go do a Pilates class, go do some kind of class. I personally love dancing classes. I'm very blessed that there's an adult dance studio, and take a jazz class or a ballet class near me. So get out those endorphins, work out. Also, try to get to church. If you guys have not been to daily mass yet, take Valentine's Day as an opportunity to go to daily mass. Go to daily mass and offer up that mass for your spouse. Or maybe you know one of your friends is struggling in their relationship or in their marriage right now, and offer up that mass for your friend. We can give so much to our friends and family and to our future spouse and to our future children and to our future grandchildren by going to daily mass and offering things up. Another thing I recommend, and this is very difficult for a lot of people, it's difficult for me sometimes as well, is if you are thinking about your ex all day on Valentine's Day, or your exes, because I have a few too, pray for them. Pray for your exes and pray for their families, especially if you were close with their families and you miss their families. Say some prayers for your ex. They need it. They always need it. And maybe they're thinking about you. Maybe they're praying for you. So pray for your exes. I think that does a lot to heal. Even if it's not an ex, maybe it's someone you had a crush on who kind of led you on. That means they're really immature. So pray for them because they're a massively immature person. Pray for your exes on Valentine's Day. This is huge. And if you are watching this and you are in a committed relationship and you are watching this just thinking, oh, I wonder what this person's saying about being alone on Valentine's Day. If you are in a committed relationship and it is Valentine's Day, can I ask you guys to please pray for your single friends? We need it. The last thing I'm going to recommend for being single on Valentine's Day is to go to bed early. Go to bed. Pray for your future spouse. Pray for your vocation. And be in bed early. No point in staying up late, scrolling through YouTube, which is what I usually do when I'm lonely at night. Just go to bed. Read a book. Listen to the Hallow app. Listen to some scriptural rosary or anything like that. That's what I like, scriptural rosary. And just go to bed. And you will have survived Valentine's Day alone and single. I know how hard it is. And it does not get easier as you get older. It does not get easier. Hopefully it is temporary. And you will meet your future spouse. Continue to pray to God. Put yourself in His hands. Surrender yourself to Him. And just remember, His timing is always perfect. And remember, this is all temporary. Everything is temporary. Can you guys let me know in the comments below what you recommend for Valentine's Day as a single person? What have you done in the past that's really been good? What have you maybe done on Valentine's Day as a single person that you do not recommend? Please let me know all of that in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss one of my videos. It really helps me out when you guys hit subscribe. So if you want to help out, I really would appreciate it. And actually, if you guys want, take a look at this video that I did on the origins of Valentine's Day through the Catholic perspective. Turns out it's mostly folklore, but it's actually very, very interesting. So check out this video. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.